Well, hello, everyone. It's your girl Gabrielle. Welcome to yeah, welcome to a brand new episode of Hot Topics. If you are not familiar with this program, let me tell you what this program is about. This is the show where we like to have our real talk. We like to talk about things that we don't like to put out there, out in the open. We like to have that kitchen table talk, and we like to put it all out there, all up in people's business, all for the sake of education and learning. So, this is the show where we like to make that happen. And today is no different. Today, I am excited because I have a guest with me who is going to help me out. And I'm looking forward to having this conversation and seeing where it goes. So, let's talk about the topic for today. The topic for today is video games. That's right. We're going to be talking about video games. We're going to be talking about, the transformation of video games over time. We're going to be talking about how it's used in learning. We're going to talk about video games in general. So, I'm not much of a video game player. I used to be, but I guess we're going to be geeking out. I don't know. But let's see where this conversation goes. So, I have a guest who is going to help me out with this conversation. Her name is Jewell Nicole, and I'm going to tell you about her. So, without any further delay, let me tell you who she is. So, who is Jewell Nicole? Let me tell you who she is. So, Jewell Nicole is a podcaster, a YouTuber, CEO and owner of Jewel's Pages, and the host of the Books, Blogs, and Business podcast show. She is a book marketing expert who helps writers get visible and their books into readers' hands. She is a two-time award-winning author who is currently working on her psych thriller series. She's obsessed with everything murder, mystery, and mayhem and can be found under the warmth of a blanket, sipping piping hot tea with the suspense thriller in her ear and the corresponding book in hand. And fun fact, she is an avid Sims gamer. Awesome. And I want to make a quick plug for her that she has a book out right now. It is called His Resting Place, and you can purchase her book on her website, Jewels with a Z, pages.com/ his resting place. So I wanted to make that quick plug before we bring her onward. All right, so woo. All right, let's bring her to the stage right now. Hi, Jewel. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm amazing, and I'm really happy to be here today on the show.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. Oh, and I just learned something about you that you are in Trinidad and Tobago. You're a fellow Trinidadian. That is so awesome. So it's always great to talk to my country women, I guess. So that's just I wanted to put that out there, fellow West Indian. Whoop, whoop. All right,
Yes.
so let's get right into it. So today we're going to be talking about video games. Let's get right into it. So let's start off with a simple question. So tell me about your love for video games. Let's start there.
Ooh, my love for video games. Where did that love come from? I honestly have no idea, but it's probably started when I was a little child, and with regards to just like playing on the cellular devices. I remember playing on the flip phones, and I would want to play everything. My favorite game to play at that time was Snakes. I think it's yeah, Snakes and just Snakes. And you catch the item and the snake grows. I'm just obsessed. I was obsessed with that game, and I probably would play that game again today if it is available. But I think it started from there, and then it just really grew into something greater.
Some When you say something greater, what do you mean?
What I mean is, it went from being phones to, well, being board games to being phones, and then from phones to being the modern day phones that we have today, and then from that to being on the computer, and then on the PC. And so today I play games directly from the PC, and sometimes even on my phone as well too. But every device that I have, there is a few games on there.
Mm. So what kind of games do you like to play? Do you like to play the educational games or the something like Bejeweled where you have to stack up like 4 jewels at a time? What kind of games are on your phone or anything?
Oh, that's interesting. So I would play literally anything as long as it interests me. So Bejeweled, I used to play Bejeweled, and then I used to play. There's something called Seven Wonders. That was a lot of fun at the time, and there are also, as I said, snakes. And then you also have to have. Well, today I play simulation games. I am obsessed with simulation games. I love a simulation game, and right now the most favorite thing I play is Sims, and I've had a love for Sims ever since I was 15. So it's been quite a lot of years since I've been playing the game, and it's basically simulation. I'm always looking for other simulated games to get playing with, farming games and things like that. As long as it's simulation, that's my jam.
So, can you explain that when you say simulation games? What is that? What is that for the is it layman's? I forgot the word. Well, what is it for the non-video game people? What do you mean by simulation games?
Okay, basically with Sims is a simulation game. I like to call it electronic dollhouse. So it's basically where you can live your life or your dream life, but out onto the screen. And there's so much more things that you can do within the game that you probably cannot do in real life if you don't want to do because you may just ruin your life. So you can do it within the game. With regards to like farming, it's simulated, so it's what you would do in real life if you were to go about farming, or if you were to go about building a life, or just different things like that. So that's what I mean by simulation. You just simulate in real life.
So you're playing out real life into the video game.
Exactly. Real life into the video game, and just probably a little bit extra things that you cannot actually do in real life.
Right. So it's not like you can get points every time you plant a crop or you build a house or something like that.
No, it doesn't work like that. With regards to the farming games, some of the farming games that I play require a lot of storage, a lot of computer space to play. It's heavy duty, so it's not about okay, you're gonna win some points. It's more like you need to plant these crops, and you need to do this before winter comes. Otherwise, your family will die or the town will die. Things like that. With regards to Sims, it's the same thing. Well, it's more laid back, but there's things like the 100 baby challenge where you try to have 100 children. Things you just wouldn't do in real life. You wouldn't do that in real life. Try to have 100 children. So you have that, and then you have other things like playing with teenagers and the babies and the toddlers and adults, and just pursuing a certain life that you probably would like to have, probably not. You just want to see what it would be like. So that's why I go about playing my games.
Mm. What about were you into like the racing car games?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my second favorite thing to do. So I think Sims is on top, and then we have racing, and then we have like farming games. So I love to race. It, it's exciting. It gets my adrenaline pumping, and it's really interesting. What I like to do in racing is I like to like destroy all the other cars that are racing with me, so I can be on top. It's a little brutal, but that's how I usually like to play my game. I like to see the car flip and smash up and all this awesome stuff. And then I win. I like to run from the police and then smash up the police cars and see how many police I can get on to me as I'm racing. It's a whole jam.
So are you releasing your inner anger on these racing car games?
Um, maybe. I never thought about it. I never thought of myself having inner anger either. I don't think I have inner anger. I don't know. But when it comes to racing, yeah, it's some crazy stuff.
Mhm. I was always wondering like the psychology of video games. Like, are we projecting some sort of deep dark memory or fear onto these games? Um, but so as we were talking, I was remembering the 90s. I had like Sega Genesis and Game Boys, and I'm trying to remember Sega Genesis, Game Boy. I think I did a lot of games on the phone. Oh my god, Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat was my favorite. Let's see. I'm the 90s are kind of a blur. So those are those are my games back in the day. Do you remember what you were playing where you were younger?
Definitely the snake game. That was my most favorite thing. And we used to play
Yeah.
it on the old cell phones where they look like a house phone. The older, it was called Nokia, but it looked like a house phone, but it was a cell phone. So they had that on it, as well as I forget it had another game I used to play, but I forgot the name of it, where we had the object and you had to jump onto bars before the screen rolls up. I forget what the name of that was, but everything was in black and white. So I used to play that. It also had a computer game called Chip, where you have to try to get to the finish line or unlock the puzzle. It's a puzzle, I believe it was. And you have to avoid the spiders and the snakes and the water, and that was a lot of fun. And I remember that something happened and we got to unlock the entire game, and then we just went crazy playing with it because we didn't want the game to lock back and then we couldn't win. So snakes, definitely cell phone games. I used to play, and well, of course, those computer games as well too. Seven Wonders, things that weren't really high resolution, more pixelated games I used to play when I was younger.
As you were saying, computer games, I was thinking of, I think it's Pong. Is it called Pong? Tetris. Oh my god, I remember
Ooh.
Tetris, Pong. I think I played a lot of those like building blocks games and things like that. I
Yeah,
played solitaire. I don't know. Did you play
yeah,
solitaire?
yeah. I did. I played solitaire, Spider Solitaire. As we were talking about it, now it's coming back to mind. I played Tetris, and I played Solitaire, Spider Solitaire. I did. Also, this game. What was the name of it? Besides Bejeweled, I did Bejeweled, Mahjong. I played Mahjong on the computer as well too. Yeah, you bringing back memories.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah, yeah. As you know, we're what am I trying to say? We are reminiscing about what was. I'm trying to think what else. So how many hours a day did you say that you played your games back then and compared to now?
That's a good question. So so embarrassing. I remember playing for an entire day. It was probably I wouldn't say I probably spent. I woke up 6 o'clock in the morning, and I went onto the computer, and then it was like 11 o'clock in the night when I came off the computer. So that's what 6 to 6, and then to 11. It's like 12, about 17 hours. I think 17 hours was the max I ever played. And I think I did that on a consistent basis. And that was when I was younger and I had nothing to do. And now I probably, if I spend 30 minutes on a game, I spend a lot. 30 minutes, that's a lot for me to spend on playing video games now. Yeah.
Wow, 17 hours. So what do you why do you think you you played for so many hours? I know this was back in the day. Why do you think you played for so long?
It was super addictive. Super addictive. Sims is one of the most addictive games, especially when you are really getting into it. And they make video games in a way when you finish the first challenge, you always have the next challenge to go to. So you want to get to your next challenge. And so you would say, yes, I just played for 1 hour again. And then 1 hour turns into 2 hours, and then three, and then it's 5 hours. And it's craziness. So the addiction of video games. Also, too, I was younger, so I didn't have much responsibility, or I wasn't really thinking about the things that I wanted to do. Or I want to become this, or I want to become that. I'm just thinking I want to play this video game right now, and I want to finish it. So that was another reason too. I didn't have much responsibility in life when I was younger. It was there, and I probably thought in my brain that one day I would not have it, so I need to utilize it right now. And that was my driving force. I really wanted to just achieve the challenges as I played the game. I was looking forward to that.
Hmm. And I also think the games were designed in a way for people to keep playing. So like there's whenever you achieve something, you win a prize, or there's a boost, or there's a little bell, and you like that sound, so of course you keep getting the prize, or you keep getting the bells, or you keep getting the points. I think it's called gamification. Um, so I think the games were designed for kids to keep playing it
Yeah.
because of the I think it's like operant conditioning. If we want to be psychological, but basically it's like gamification, where every time you do something,
hmm
you achieve a little prize, and you want that prize, so you keep doing it. What do you think of that?
I agree with you. I think it's definitely that in truth, because once you complete the first challenge, your brain tells you, if I can do this first one, I can do the second one. And if I can do the second one, I can do the third one. And that's how it goes. And you don't really recognize that time is passing and you need to get other things done. So definitely they made the games to keep you there. They really do make games to make you just sit there and play. And I think also too that's another reason why we have games on the tablets and the phones as well too, because while you are probably waiting in the doctor's office or you're traveling, they make it in a way where, oh, just open the game and start playing. So wherever you are, you could play your game and you can get that instant gratification from your game. So I agree with you.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's talk about the transformation of games over time. Tell us your thoughts about that.
Ooh, for me, um, I think long time games taught us something. I learn a lot from video games. I think today video games also to teach us as well too, but I think with regards to, let's look at the positive aspects. With regards to like graphics, one thing I hate is pixelated games. I don't like pixelated games anymore. So high resolution, high graphics. That's one thing that definitely has transformed in recent times. With regards to video games, also to how big the game is, how many persons can play at the same time, like multiplayer. I love multiplayer, so you can play with different persons and you don't have to be within your country, you can be around the world. That has definitely changed because when you were playing on the phone, you had no multiplayer. So now we have that, and you could talk to other persons in different parts of the world while you're playing with them. So that's also too a very interesting positive change as well too. Um, Games also too. Some games come with prizes, as in you play live games, so you can win those prizes one time, or you can like win money and things like that. So that's another advancement of video games in a very positive aspect with regards to that. Um, yeah, I think that's about it with me and that.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what you said is absolutely true, and it's definitely more colorful. Um, A lot, it's more colorful, less pixelated. Um, um, I think it's like the in terms of the characters, I think the body parts are more accentuated. Like it's like the men are more muscular, so are the
Yeah.
women. Um, um, so definitely muscles, more hair on them. Um, let's see. I think the eyes are getting bigger. I think the not to get too graphic. Oh, let's see. What else? Is it just me, or is there a lot more storytelling in the games? Like, there's a lot more like the backstory where they're talking about their lives or something like that. I don't know if it's just me.
No, you are correct with regards to that. For instance, because I think game I play now is mostly Sims, and there is a lot of backstory with every expansion pack. There's something new to tell, and they tell you, okay, this is what you can do with this, and if you want to tell this kind of story, this pack is for that. If you want to tell this story, this pack is for that. So there is a lot of storytelling in gaming as it transforms, as it progresses time after time. And as you were saying with regards to like how the characters, like how they look and stuff, they are definitely more muscular or they have more shape, and everything is just more colorful and more inviting. It's also too more 3D because long time games was 1D or in black and white. So today it's 3D or sometimes even 4D. You even could experience being inside the game to a certain extent if you play those games where there's like live chats and stuff like that. So you can also be inside the game to a certain extent. But definitely more of that with regards to gaming.
Mm. So I wondering if it's also there's a lot more because you were talking about multiplayer games. I think there's a lot more there's a lot more internet games as opposed to games on a console. Um, I know there's like the Wii, and but I think the Wii is connected to the internet, and I think PlayStation. I don't know. PlayStation seems to be getting like the console itself is getting bigger. Um, so I think the machines themselves are getting larger. Um, but also there seems to be more, I guess, favoritism in terms of connecting to the internet and interacting with people on the internet. I don't know what are your thoughts on that?
That's true. Okay, it's more fun to play the games with your friends, and your friends may not be within your household or within your country. So having the multiplayer games where you can connect with other persons in different parts is definitely it's more fun. It's more fun to go and come together with them and go on missions and get prizes or get whatever you have to get once you have your friends with you. So instead of playing by yourself, I mean, doing a lot of things by yourself is not as much fun as when you have someone with you. So I like how they include the multiplayer because you can do it with many people, and that's really exciting. With regards to multiplayer, with also too, I think the the whole getting everything bigger. I am all for that. Bigger screen because I need more screen as far as I'm concerned when it comes to playing a game. I want more screen. So the bigger the screen, the better for me. And the more internet access that you have, things right at your fingertips, yeah. When it comes to video games, definitely I'm all here for that.
So are they still doing the consoles? Because I feel like I'm thinking like the handheld games. I don't know if I think there's PlayStation. I'm trying to think of the handhelds. Um, I don't know if they're still making those, and because games are more, I guess since the internet came into existence, more people are doing things on their phones or on a computer or on a laptop. I'm not sure if there's a lot of consoles that are out there.
I'm not sure either. I can't even remember if I actually played on a console before. I think I've already played on a Wii and I played on a PlayStation, I believe. I'm not too sure like the whole difference between what everything is, but I I don't know. I really don't know. I know I like to play using PC, but then I also know like other persons like to use like their PlayStations and stuff like that because I think it's a little easier in terms of gaming, probably more comfortable and stuff like that when it comes to gaming. So in one spot all the time is kind of not good on the body posture. But as with regards to like consoles, I'm not sure if persons like what is the popularity behind that. I don't use consoles. I use straight up PC and that's it.
Hmm. All right, all right, all right. So you're a simple girl. If it's on a computer, that's it.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So let's now talk about applying video games or using video games to teach someone. Tell us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so as a book marketing coach, that's one of the things that I teach my students when it comes to getting their writer's block, to get rid of writer's block, or to get writing inspiration. So I play video games, and I have realized that when I play video games, I feel to write because of the whole storytelling aspect. I always feel to write after I play or while I'm playing video games. Sometimes I would stop playing to go and write. Or sometimes while I'm playing, I'm jotting down notes because I got an idea for a book. And so I found that has worked out for me really, really well to the point where now I'm like, okay, if this is working for me, probably this works for other persons. And so I have talked to many writing coaches and other book marketing coaches as well too, and I find out, do you find that video games are a way to get persons to get writing inspiration? And they always say yes, that they too feel the same way as well too. And then one of the things, if you Google it, one of the topics or one of the ways to get writing inspiration, they always say play a video game. And so I teach my students the same thing. You want writing inspiration, one of the ways, if you like to play games, then definitely play a video game to really and truly get that storytelling aspect or get your mind in the game of writing. It definitely helps. You don't have to write what you want to write in the book at this point. It could just be a side story, it could just be to get your words flowing, but video games definitely helps with writing inspiration and writer's block.
Hmm. Is there an example you can give us? Like, is there someone that you worked with um that had that happen to them? They had writer's block and they used a video game to break it.
Not particularly. I know with myself, when it comes to some of the books that I have written, definitely stem from me playing a video game. And it's just as simple, for instance, with regards to Sims, the simple living the life making of the children. What happens to me is that I would have an idea of what I want my life to be like on this particular Sims or on this story, and that would transform into a book or a short story, or I would use the game to try out something that I want to put into the book. So usually, it's mostly from my example. I've never had any one of my students tell me yes, a video game has helped them, but I have had writing coaches who have told me yes, video games have helped them to get unstuck with writer's block.
Hmm. So is it the fact that it's visualized, like you're trying to get your thoughts onto paper, but it's sort of like you don't know how, so you choose you design your characters the way your characters are in the book, and you have them do the things that you want them to do in the book. So is it more of like visualizing what you want the characters to do and where you want them to go, and even so far as what you want them to look like?
Definitely. But since it's all about the visuals, you could make your Sims characters look exactly like the characters in your book, and you could make them do everything that you want them to do in your book. You can make them do it in the game. One of the things that I like to do is make videos or like movies out of the video game, telling a whole story as usual. So everything for me is storytelling. So I would make movies out of the video games that I'm playing, and I would post those to YouTube because that's part of it. But it's definitely a visual thing. It is, and it's not just the games I play as well too, but inspiration could come from playing car racing games. It doesn't mean that your book has to have like car racing or anything. It could just be that you're freeing up your mind to not think about what you're writing, and that's when the ideas start to pop in. Sometimes you just racing and the ideas come to you. Sometimes you see something on the screen and that starts to open up a whole new idea, more ideas for you. So it's visual, yes, but it's also probably like psychological as well. So it really allows you just to like be free, just free up your mind, be calm, and then take things from a different perspective.
Hmm. So how do you do that? Do you play the game with them? Do you say, here's the Sims, play it on your own? Like how does that work?
No, basically within the coaching call or within the course or through my podcast, I will just simply state that playing video games is a way to boost inspiration. And they don't have to play my game, they can just play whatever game they like to play. It's all about freeing up their mind. So it's not exactly, I don't go and tell them, well, come and play this or let's play this together. It's not really like that. It's not really like that. It's more of just me telling you, okay, video games is a way for you to get inspiration. Now choose like whatever video games you like to play. Probably this is a way for you to get your inspiration. And sometimes it wouldn't work with every person. Not everybody likes to play video games, so there's many other ways for them to like get inspiration from their book.
Like
Like
what other ways can they get inspiration if not video games?
other ways to get inspiration, they can take a walk. I have found that taking a walk up on my street has helped me to boost inspiration as well as taking a shower. Taking a shower, I don't know what it is about just simply saying, okay, I'm going to take a shower. You go into the bathroom, and that's when many times I get an entire chapter done right in the shower. And then you can't do anything about it because when you step out of the shower, that the inspiration goes. But taking a shower, doing chores, washing wares has helped. So I tell persons do chores around the house. It may sound very unproductive when it comes to writing, but it does get your writing skills going, and you really start thinking, oh, you see how to get things done. And you see, I have written many chapters because of washing wares, because of taking a shower. So now, instead of looking at chores as a way of, oh, I don't want to do chores, I'm more like, yes, I want to do chores because that's going to inspire me for the next chapter.
So it sounds like it's more of doing something that will distract your mind. Because I think with writer's block, there's the emotional component. You're worried, you're anxious, you're scared, you're doubting yourself. So if you put your mind on other things, you're not really thinking about it, and then all of a sudden it comes to you. Um, is that what you're? Is that where you're going?
Yeah, definitely. It's about distracting the mind. I think that's what it is because you're not thinking about it, or your mind not solely on that at all times. So you're more dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with, and then so the ideas start coming and they start flowing. It allows you your thought process to be even better as well too. So with video games, it's a really cool distraction, and once your mind not focused on writing and writing and writing and the next chapter, then your brain gets a break, and then you can start thinking even more clearly.
All right. So to deal with writer's block, right? Well, um, so just to recap, um, you can play a video game. Well, not just to play it, but it's supposed to be strategic, right? So you're, like I was saying, you're so with a game like Sims where you design your characters, you're designing your characters, you're choosing their skin color, their hair color, you're choosing their body shape, you're deciding what they're doing, what their actions are, where they live. So you are designing the personality of the characters and what you're doing. And if you're not a video game person, there's the simple stuff, like you said, taking a shower, doing chores, doing something that will preoccupy your mind, so you're not preoccupied with uh, the worry that comes with writer's block.
Yeah, definitely. Also to add as well to like reading a book would could boost your inspiration. That has happened to me as well too. You would get ideas from the book that you're reading, and you'd be like, oh, you get aha moments from reading, taking a rest, like going to sleep, literally going to sleep and waking up the next day, and looking at the book with fresh eyes is another way to boost inspiration. The boosting of the inspiration is just really simple things that you could do. It's just about clearing your mind, just distracting yourself a little bit, so that the ideas could definitely flow.
All right, simply put. You nailed it right there, simply put, and it's great advice. All right, so I think we can start to wind things down. So, do you have any final advice that you'd like to share, or any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with our audience?
One thing definitely is when it comes to writing, if your audience is about writing, that you shouldn't give up. It does take a while, it does take time. And so if you are experiencing writer's block, or some persons don't really even writer's block. So if you're experiencing lack of inspiration with regards to writing, try a video game or try something else that's gonna probably boost that. Also, two persons could write short stories. You can write a short story to boost inspiration. Sometimes the story that you're writing is stuck in that, and so you need another story to distract yourself from that story. It's a whole weird psychology kind of thing, but definitely don't give up. I like to play video games. I have nothing against video games, and I would play video games till probably gray and old and stuff. But I would continue to play video games. So play video games, enjoy playing video games, but also to use it as a way to teach yourself certain things. Because video games has definitely helped me with certain things, and I have learned a lot. So don't just play it and enjoy it that way, but also to see it as a learning lesson for you as well.
Fabulous, fabulous. Well, thank you so much for that, Jewel. That is such great advice. So, you guys, it's promo time. All right, so Jewel is all over the web, you guys. She's all over that social media. So you can learn about her services. You can go to her website. That's jewelspages.com. Let me just spell that out for the listeners. It is www.jewellzpages.com. pages.com, and she is all over that social media. So she got a Facebook page and a Facebook profile, and she's on Instagram. What else? She got Pinterest, she got LinkedIn. Um, did I say Instagram? She got
Yes.
Instagram, she got TikTok, Goodreads, she got it all, you guys. So I encourage you to, wherever she is, go to her social media and follow her on every single account. I want you to stay in touch with her and, learn more about her and her services. So, of course, all this information will be provided to you in the description, especially for our audio listeners. So if you're like, whoa, you didn't say what it is, listen, is a lot. So go to the description and you will get that information there. Um, Jewel, do you mind talking about your business a little bit?
No problem. So I am a book marketing coach. So what I do is I help writers to get visible and get their books into readers' hands. I help them with the finding out their ID readers. I help them with website building, and I help you also to build and grow your email list. So I help you to establish the foundations of book marketing. And once you have that established, then from there you can grow. With regards to helping persons to write, once you know who your ID readers are, writing becomes easier, marketing becomes easier. Everything basically becomes easier in writing, the whole publishing process, when you know exactly who you are writing for. So when you know who your ID readers are. And so I help you with that foundation, especially. And then we expand from there because once you know your ID reader, then you can build your email list and then you can also to build your website. So I help you with all those things as well too. And I have a mini course that I help you through. So I have a podcast and I have a mini course that I help you to get that done. And at the end of that, you would be set for life.
Awesome, awesome. I don't think I have your podcast information. What's the name of your podcast and where
Oh,
can people?
it's on my website, but it's jewelspages.com/podcast.
All right, you guys. So she got a podcast too. So there you go. Jewelspages.com, Jewels with a Z.com/podcast. You can listen to our
Yes.
podcast there.
It's called Books, Blogs, and Business.
Yes, awesome. And I want to make sure we get this in. You have a book. It's called His Resting Place. Can you tell us about the book?
Oh, so His Resting Place is something that I wrote when I was 11 years of age. And I was going through a very rough time in life. And so the it was for a project in school. They gave us a picture, a black and white picture of a train track, and they told us to write something from that. And because I was going through so much craziness in my life at that time, I decided to write about that because that's craziness. So, and I guess another reason why I'm on a mission to the author today, I'm just all about that murder and mayhem. So I wrote about that, and it's about an old man actually, who experienced tragedy when he was younger, and now he is recounting his tragedy or recounting his life before, and just in his last final moments of life. And so it just runs you through what really happened. And this is basically the first book in the series, sort of, because I do want to continue on with it.
Awesome, awesome. So, you guys, so go to her website. It seems like everything is on that website. So go to that website. I'll just say it again: www.jewelspages.com/his resting place. You can go get that book on her website. I'll just spell it again. It is JEWELLZPAGES.com. And of course, all of this information will be provided to you in the description.
You know
Oh,
what's interesting, Gabrielle, is
yes.
that everything is on the website because that's one thing I teach my students. The website is the essential hub for everything that you do. So if someone looks you up, they go directly to your website. So I have everything on my website, even if it's being redirected, everything is directly on the website. So if you go onto the website, jewelpages.com, you can find your navigation for every single book.
All right. So there you go. There you guys have it. So everything you ever want to know, think and feel about Jewell Nicole, it is on that website, you guys. And she just gave y'all a free business tip for the entrepreneurs that are listening. Get a website. Okay. And make sure everything it is on that website. That is your Bible, your business Bible.
Yes.
So yeah, she just gave y'all a free business tip, you guys. So take advantage of that. Any entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, she just gave you a tip. Get a website, put everything on that website. That is your Bible. All right. So Jewel, thank you again for coming on the show. This was awesome.
Yes.
Thank you for coming on the show.
It's my pleasure. I had a lot of fun.
Awesome. I hope so. I hope you had a lot of fun.
Yes, it was a lot
Oh,
of fun.
awesome, awesome. All right. So I will put you off camera now. And it is just you and me, guys. Oh, I didn't put my podcast. I'll just say it. All right, you guys. So we have reached the conclusion of our episode. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, wherever you are hearing the sound of my voice, wherever you are feeling my aura, whatever platform that is, whether that is video or audio, please check out our other episodes. And don't forget to subscribe and follow, right? So, uh, definitely stay in touch with us. And while you're at it, please let us know what you thought about this episode by leaving a comment in the comment section or in the comment thread. Gabrielle, would love to hear your thoughts about this episode. And as a reminder, this podcast, I used to say web series, I got to get into this habit. This podcast is a production of A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. So if you would like to learn more about our company, our services, what we have to offer, if you are looking for tutoring for yourself or for your child, wherever you are in the world, or wherever you are in the United States, reach out to us. Our website is www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. And I encourage you to seek us out for tutoring services, because when I'm not even going to say if, when you reach out to us and you mention that you heard about us from Hot Topics, we will give you 15% off 6 hours of tutoring, you guys. I'm going to say that one more time. We will give you 15% off 6 hours of tutoring when you mention that you heard about us from Hot Topics. So that should be a big incentive for you to get that tutoring. And I also encourage you to sign up for our email list and our texting list. You will receive exclusive announcements, promotions, discounts, and you will learn about everything that is A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. I encourage you to sign up for our email list and our texting list. That information will be in the description as well. And for those of you who happen to be watching this on video, it is scrolling at the bottom of your screen right now. And I just want to make sure I throw this in there. I forgot to mention this, but um, we have a podcast. So this episode that you are watching right now, it will be on audio. So our audio podcast, you can hear us on, I'm trying to think, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, um, what else? And a few others. I'm drawing a blank. Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, um, and a couple others. It's not coming to me, but we are on a lot of podcast platforms. So if you can't get enough of us on the video, hey, we are on audio. So check out our audio episodes. We are wherever you hear a podcast, look for us, Hot Topics. Okay, awesome. All right, so I'm just going to share this final message before we officially close.
Hey there, have you heard of us? We're a small team of tutors here at A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. We believe that education and information should be accessible to everyone, regardless of income, race, or creed. We're dedicated to making this happen, but we need your help. Please consider making a donation to our company. No amount is too small. Your donation will allow us tutors to remain employed, offer free and low-cost services, put on productions like this web series, and reach out to families nationwide. With your help, we can tackle the academic challenges of our students and the emotional, mental, and behavioral changes that result from these challenges. As a bonus, we can improve our communities in the process. Support us today. Send your donation by Cash App to $ASATS2013, by PayPal or Venmo to @ASATS2013, or by Zelle to success@astepAheadTutoringServices.com. For our Facebook Live viewers, you can also send us a star. Your support means a lot to us. Please note, we're a for-profit company. We're not a charity. Your donation may not be tax deductible. Please consult a tax professional.
All right, you guys, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching our episode. I look forward to seeing you watching or listening to this episode. I look forward to seeing you at the next episode. And now, one second. Okay, so now I am now signing off. Thanks, guys. Bye.